Hey everyone, this is Michael with a general reading for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for March 2020. I do hope this video finds you all well, whether you're watching it for yourself or cross-watching for another individual with Capricorn placements. I am so curious to see what comes up for you in this video. As I was tuning into the energy to figure out which sign I should do next, your name was just screaming in my head. So either some of you are really wanting this video, or there is a message that needs to come through for the group of you watching this. So I'm so interested to see what pops up here. Before we dive into that though, I do want to just give a quick shout out and thanks to all of you who have supported this channel with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. It's because of your support I'm able to continue putting out these videos and doing this work. It helps this channel grow. So thank you all so much who have supported me in that way. It really is a gift to be able to do this work. All of my links are also in the description box down below. So for those of you looking for a personal reading or a Reiki session from me, that is available. I do also have social media accounts. I have a Facebook, Instagram, and website where I post updates and announcements, and occasionally I'll offer a discount or a giveaway. We're almost at 40,000 subscribers, so hint, hint, doesn't hurt to follow and subscribe if you're not doing that already, because I might be doing something for that too. So all stuff to keep on the radar there, right? I do also have an astrological forecast vlog in the description box as well that kind of talks about what's going to be happening astrologically throughout March. I'm going to be referencing some of that in the reading as well, but it's a little more comprehensive, a little more in-depth, and it actually lists out all of the things happening with the stars and the planets. So it's always interesting to kind of watch that throughout the month. I actually find it helpful myself, so I hope you all do as well. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. So I'm going to start shuffling here for you now, Capricorn. And as I do that, I just want to give the friendly reminder that this is a general reading, meaning not all the messages that come forward are for everyone. You have to use your own intuition and discernment there to figure out what is meant for you and what should be left behind for somebody else. If I don't pick up on your energy, that's completely fine. I do set the intention for these videos to reach the largest audience who needs to hear the message at the time, so if nothing went wrong, you are more than welcome, however, to look at the videos for your moon, rising, or Venus sign. I do have a link for a natal chart calculator. If you don't know what your other placements are, again, that's down below. And it's also an interesting way to kind of learn more about astrology if you're not familiar with that. So let's see, what are the messages for Capricorn? What are the messages for Capricorn for March 2020? And I'm doing a little bit of a new spread for those of you who are returning to this channel, so I'm kind of interested to see or hear some feedback, how this feels or resonates with all of you. I do have the Hanged Man that is coming out, and this is actually the calling this month. And what's interesting, this card did come out in reverse. I don't ordinarily read reversals with this deck. However, I am feeling in this specific case, this energy does feel reversed to me. And it's after a period of feeling stuck, of feeling stagnant, maybe a little roadblocked, there is this sense of you finally being able to move forward with something. The delays are finally coming to an end. And this makes a lot of sense for a couple of reasons. We are currently in a Mercury retrograde, so there may be some delays, some miscommunications going on, or some confusion. And that's going to be happening until the 9th or the 10th, I believe. We also have a Virgo full moon, which is a great placement for you because that's about your ideas, new horizons for you, and there may be this new adventure calling some of you as well. So really, really exciting and interesting stuff happening. Again, for the entire collective, not just you, but for Capricorn specifically, a lot of cool stuff happening. And you're getting unstuck. You've been learning a lot. And the other thing, we do have a Saturn. Again, your ruling planet has been in your sign for a couple of years now, and it is moving into Aquarius towards the end of the month. Saturn can slow things down. It can really push us and give us tests, and it's all to help us grow. And it makes us have more discipline. And it's not a fun energy. It's not a great energy to have But I know Capricorns have really been going through it. Especially last year, it felt like it was pretty challenging, but you've grown a lot. Like I've seen that in the readings over time since I first started doing these YouTube videos. I know Capricorn has been growing so much, and you've had to kind of reflect. You've had to refocus on your life, and there have been a lot of roadblocks. There have been a lot of challenges for you going forward, and it's really been making you look at your life as a whole here. And I think a lot of you have been growing spiritually and intuitively as well. And now it seems like there's this thing, you're finally moving forward, you're finally getting unstuck. You're allowed to proceed here. So let's see what else we have. What are the other messages for Capricorn? Seven of Pentacles. So some of you have really been working very hard on something, or been putting a lot of energy into something, or it might even just be you haven't had the progress you thought you would have. This is a general reading, again, so it's going to be a little different for all of you, but there's been this push to really work on something. And it feels like in March, something that you've really poured a lot of energy into, or where you had a lot of resistance in, you are getting free from that. Some of you might actually be getting some payoff, some fruits of your labor here. The Seven of Pentacles is all about harvest, and when we have a full moon in the sign of Virgo, that's also about harvest. That's, again, on the 9th or 10th. And there may be some sort of opportunity, especially if you're broadening your horizons, trying to learn something new, or travel somewhere. Whatever it is you're working towards, it will pay off. And if you don't see the fruits of your labor this month, keep working at it. Maybe some of you are just starting to put in the work, and it's going to take some time. It's going to take some effort and energy. But this is kind of coming in as your advice. This is going to be really helpful for you to keep working, keep looking long term. That's really important here. And again, also looking back, really appreciate how far you have come, where you have been. Sometimes we don't like to think about that because we don't think we've really grown. We don't think we've really changed or evolved. But when you actually take that time and just look at the past couple of years, where were you 2 years ago today? What was going on in your life? Who were the people in your life? What were the major problems, the major issues? Really appreciate that. Really see how much has actually shifted, and really start to kind of go through that with a fine-tooth comb, and I think you'll really be surprised and maybe even a little bit proud of yourself. I'm proud of you, Capricorn. I know, even if you're not, I know you really like to achieve. You like to be at the top of the mountain. That's where you feel most comfortable. You're the mountain goat. So when you're not at the top, when you don't have, you know, all the success in the world, it's a little uncomfortable for you. When you don't have that thing that you want, or that person that you want, the relationship that you want, it can feel like failure. And being the mountain goat, you do like to have that perspective. You do like to see everything. And maybe part of that is you looking on the past and really just appreciating where you've actually come from. And again, you know, we are in Mercury retrograde. There is a lot of thinking about the past right now, some reflections there, maybe even some people coming back or situations coming back to kind of be closed out, or to be reviewed again. As for the trial here, your chest, we do have the Father of Cups, or the King of Cups in the traditional tarot, and the Four of Cups. And this is actually just what I was talking about, I think, because the Four of Cups is sort of this energy of like something being offered to you, and either you don't want it or you don't fully appreciate it. I really think, Capricorn, I've told you this before, and as a Virgo, I'm a fellow earth sign, I get it. We have a hard time with gratitude. We really do. We're so hardworking. We're always so focused on what's wrong and what needs improvement that we have a hard time kind of appreciating what we currently have, what's going right. And working with that, writing in a gratitude journal every day, even if it's for the littlest thing, does not matter. It can be as something as simple as I went on a nice walk today. And that's all to help you rewire your brain, to refocus. It can even just be as simple as something as I saw these beautiful flowers today, or a stranger smiled at me, because again, it's about reshifting your focus. And sometimes when you're really feeling stuck or really feeling trapped, even for some of you, you might be feeling a little trapped. I could see that still. There's actually some blessings around you that you're not really taking in. And you're not appreciating how far you've come. You've grown a lot as this Father of Cups. You gained a lot of emotional maturity. And whether you realize it or not, you're being groomed to help and support other people through all of your challenges. Some of you are also dealing with, this is kind of a separate message, and again, take the messages that apply, leave the rest behind for other people if it doesn't. Some of you are dealing with a person who's being very emotionally manipulative. And they're handing you something, they might be trying to give you something, and you're just not taking it. You're not taking their offer, you're not taking their niceties, their pleasantries, whatever it is, because you know this person can be a little bit manipulative, or they've been manipulative in the past. And maybe instead of focusing on that or taking that offer, some of you are just working very hard and trying to build something for yourself. And what you decide to do with this, it's really going to be pretty unique for the situation. You have to think about it in the long term. Is what this person is saying or offering to you giving you something in the long term that can be worthwhile for you and your goals, or for the relationships that you want, your growth, getting you into a better situation, or a life that you love, or just add to your life? What else do we have here? The Shadow is the Father of Swords. This is actually one of your cards, if I'm not mistaken. Especially if you're born in the last 10 degrees of Capricorn, or the last 10 days of Capricorn season. And in a lot of ways, it's about perspective. It's about your perception of a situation. And without getting such a strong sense of what, but again, thinking about what's happening with Saturn, I am getting the sense there may be another test for you this month. And if that happens, some of you may react from how you would have reacted in the past. And it's really important for you to be aware of your emotions. I'm not telling you to not feel a certain way, or to try and shut certain feelings up. That never works anyways. It doesn't work in the long run. It's poison to your energy to hold on to that. You really just have to feel it. If you feel like you're having a strong reaction to something, maybe even someone, I want you to really look back, take a breath, and just really pay attention how far you've come. Really notice the situation you're in, because some of you are kind of train wrecking. Something goes wrong, and suddenly it's like a pile up here. There's all of this energy, and it feels really blocked up again. You've been dealing with feeling stuck before, and now it's like, I'm stuck again. I'm back in the situation I was in before, but you're actually not. Okay? It feels more like something is triggering you, making you feel more stuck than you actually are. Maybe that's why you're a little hesitant to take this person's offer, or whatever it is that they're giving you or saying to you, because you want to be in a different place. I'm sorry, I actually lost that. Where did that go? maybe it's not important. I guess that one was not important. Okay. It's all about trust here. As I say that, the Two of Cups comes out. If you're dealing with a relationship, especially with an air sign or a water sign, could be Pisces, you might be acting triggered from something in the past. And there's a situation that happens with you and this person that's bringing that up, that's activating these old wounds. And you think it's that situation, you think it's that person. But what's actually being kicked up is this old pain that you may not have fully dealt with, you may not have healed. The integration here is this Two of Cups. How you're supposed to face this shadow, and it's love. It's like the answer for your problem is love. And what I mean by that is if you feel stuck in a situation, you feel trapped, you feel triggered, you feel like you can't go forward or you don't know what to do, I want you to ask yourself a question: what does love do now? And don't go in this with kind of that whole stereotypical, this is what love means. Like, we all have this like preconceived notion of what love is. Be very open. Open your heart and really ask yourself, what does love do now? And the answer might surprise you. Don't just do what you think love should do now. What does love do now? Ask your heart. Really check in with your heart here. A lot of you have been disconnected from your emotions. You've been kind of in survival mode. You've been working very hard, trying to just truck through something, maybe move on from something or someone. And it's now time to recommit to your heart. The Two of Cups also represents making the choice, committing to something. And really listen to your heart there, because your head and your heart, your head is trying to protect you, and your heart knows you're already protected. And even if you go into a situation and end up getting hurt, your heart is guiding you there for a reason. There's something about it. Let's see the last card here. And then I'm going to pull some oracle messages for you. You have Justice. Things are going to even out. The playing field will be leveled here. Sorry. I know a lot of you have been working very, very hard, or really struggling, really putting in your energy. And it's almost this message of what you reap is what you will sow. And even if you don't see those immediate results, don't get bitter about that. Capricorn energy is slow moving. You might not get the immediate results that you want. You might not get the immediate outcome that you want. It doesn't mean that it's never coming, though. And since you've been dealing with the Saturn stuff, Saturn being in your sign, and you will deal with it a little later on this year too, let's be real, and Saturn is going to be in Aquarius. That's your second house. It still affects you. It affects all of us. But it's really this message of, how am I creating my tomorrow today? How am I creating my future with the actions I'm doing? And really just checking in with yourself throughout the day. How is thinking this thought? How is doing this action affecting what I'm doing tomorrow? there's a lot of looking, a lot of thinking that's going on, and a lot of looking at the future, looking at the past. Things will work out in your favor if you keep doing what you need to do. You keep listening to your heart. You keep following. You work from your heart. And it's about balance as well. Balancing this logic, your emotions. I do also get the sense of choice. And again, this message of not being so attached to what you think is right or wrong. Some of you are not following your heart because you think it's wrong. And you're actually stunting yourself. You're trapping yourself with this. Very, very interesting. I'm going to pull an animal card here for you now, Capricorn. Let's see what we get. What is the animal wisdom for Capricorn? Hummingbird. Oh, yes. You are going to be lightening your energy a lot. Hummingbird is a very vibrant, light-hearted spirit, and if you've been feeling really, really heavy, you can actually call in hummingbird energy. You know, kind of meditate with this. Visualize hummingbirds. Visualize a hummingbird flying into your heart or flying out of your heart or something like that. I got that image really quickly. It's really important for you to nurture your heart and nourish yourself. Find the sweetness in life. We were talking about that earlier, writing that gratitude journal. Even if it seems small, even if it seems insignificant, if your ego has deemed something too small, you might not be appreciating something. So really just doing those sweet little things for yourself. I keep getting like travel too, like astral travel maybe for some of you, but like travel is a big thing for you this month. There might be some place you're going, and it might just be like a day trip. You might be taking some time off, maybe a weekend to yourself. That would be so, so replenishing for you, and I think it would really help you get unstuck. Some of you have been working so hard or trying to make something happen, trying to manifest something, that the energy is actually backed up. And you kind of need to take a moment to breathe and then nourish yourself, and things will start flowing again. And there's a difference. I'm not saying give up, don't work on it, because you definitely have your work to do. Let's be real. You have your work to do. The work is still here, but it's not going anywhere. So you don't have to drive yourself crazy. And I'm also feeling a Starseed Oracle card for you as well. What is the Starseed Oracle message for Capricorn? But yeah, I think some of you might be doing some travel, or again, some of you could be... I love when this is going full circle. This is all intuitive flow, by the way, so some of this just comes out accidentally. We were just talking about at the beginning of the video, right? With the full moon in Virgo. Some of you are going to be manifesting some travel. Some of you are going to be taking a new class. Hummingbird is a really strong confirmation of this. So that could be happening for you around the middle of the month. You might be getting some news, or something is going to develop there for you. What is the Starseed Oracle message for Capricorn? No. Okay. Sorry, I feel like I've been a little bit scattered. To be honest, this isn't the first time I tried recording. I kept bumbling my words. This Mercury retrograde is kind of affecting my ability to communicate right now. It's all there. It's just putting it into words is a little hard. So I hope this is all making sense. What is the message for Capricorn? What is the Starseed Oracle? We got two. Okay, we have Whale and Orca Elders. Share your song, frequency of sound, and deep diving. And then we also have Star Family. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. This is funny. Earlier, we were talking about this person offering you something or trying to help you, and either you just don't perceive it or you don't trust it. Spirit is trying to support you right now. And frequency of sound that's coming up with Whale and Orca. And I keep getting that vibration from like hummingbird. There's something with sound. Sound may be very healing for some of you. Some of you may benefit from listening to healing music, healing frequencies on YouTube, or going to a sound bath would be even better to kind of really be present in that. Share your song. Really speak from your heart. That's so, so important. And dive deep, but also come up for air. Don't drown. Even if you're in your element, Capricorn. You know, this whale is in its element, but whale has to come up to breathe. It's okay to take a break. Just because you're taking a break, it doesn't mean you're giving up. Okay? I think that's pretty much everything. I'm not getting any more messages for you right now, Capricorn. I do hope that this reading was helpful. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what's going on for all of you, where you're feeling stuck, because it seems like you're about to push through. Things are about to... Your karma is about to pay off here. All the hard work you've been doing. So that's really, really exciting. Just keep going. Don't give it up. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Again, I'd love to hear some feedback about that. And again, all of my services are in the description box down below if you're looking for a personal reading or a Reiki session with me. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, Capricorn. Happy March.